Hi, good afternoon. This is Janet Hard. I am coming to you from wonderful New York City. Yes, but a lot of the time I'm also on my farm. But today we are here to share with you a lesson, whether I am teaching to a class of students or speaking to an attorney about the importance of risks of delivering a baby. I've been a nurse for greater than 45 years. Not only have I worked at the bedside for all of those 45 years, I've been an adjunct professor. I have been director of risk, VP of risk. I have worked for hospital associations. I've worked for the defense. I've worked for the plaintiff. More recently, for the past 25 years, I've been an expert in baby cases. So this is dear to me. The prompt assessment and identification of risk anytime a woman comes to the hospital is paramount. Following ACOG A1 policies and procedures, knowing when to report and when to document is essential. Knowing when to do internal resuscitation, when the fetal monitor strip and/or the FSE, the fetal scalp electrode, tells us that this baby is having stress. And so it's a very, very quick decision for the practitioner to say, you know what, your baby's better off to have a C-section. And the amazing thing to work in healthcare and to see this happen, and to see this happen sometimes in moments, can leave a family in shock and disbelief. This delivery that they thought was going to be vaginal with no intervention suddenly turns into something that was less than natural. But at the risk of things that can go wrong, number one, if there's a prolonged rupture of membranes. Number two, if there's preeclampsia. Number three, if there's hemorrhage. Number four, if there's fever. And a cord wrapped around the baby's neck, GBS. So many things. God, it's a miracle when we have a healthy delivery. So it's that who I speak to today. And I'm going to call upon my dear friend AI to help me craft not a perfect picture, but this is for you, the student, the nursing student. This is for you who's interested in knowing. This is for the attorney. It is a baseline. It is not everything. And we know that when we're looking at the fetal monitor, there's what we call category 1, which is good variability, healthy baby, heart rate 110 to 160, accelerations. We know that category 2 is a little bit less perfect. And I say that because we're having more things happening, maybe less variability, maybe early decels, maybe something caused by cord compression. What we're trying to avoid is acidotic babies, babies that end up in severe trouble and HIE. Encephalopathy is not a joke. Babies that start seizing because we caught things too late is not a joke. So the ability as a nurse to identify risk and just scream it out is what we have to do early and often. Category 3, of course, get that baby out, go to the OR, and get it done. So with that, I have an amazing video. Again, as I said, not perfect, but it's a learning tool. And every time I get online, I'm trying to teach you something, whether it's with my nursing hat, which is lifelong, or writing my book, which is caring for caregivers, people like me that have never stopped learning how to give at the bedside. Um, but always continuing to care and loving the family, loving the baby, loving the opportunity to be part of this whole world of babies is phenomenal to me. So hopefully, God willing, I never stop. So let's do that. So I'm just going to share a page and hopefully we can do this easily and quickly so that I don't lose anybody's. Hold on. My goodness gracious. Here we are. Let me expand it. Okay, so let's go. I'm ready. If you are, let's do it. Here we go. So I think what I'll say is that never will the nurses lose the bedside role. We're needed too much for compassion. We're needed too much for that collaborative part. Yes, AI is phenomenal. It's HIPAA compliant in many ways, in many, many different categories. When I do my expert work, it's amazing what AI can do. But it's not there to hold a patient's hand. It's not there when the doctor says, give some cricoid pressure when we have to intubate the baby. It's not there when we're monitoring the bleeding and we have to actively take a role. But this video is critical because it does say that at certain times stuff happens. And when it happens, the nurses have to be there. And we call it out. We wear our phones and we have an urgent broadcast, whether it's a baby team or hemorrhage team or code team or resuscitation team, and we get it done. So honor the nurses, honor the doctors, honor the babies, the wealth, the wealth of the earth. Because without them, the legacy, the future, everything, probably the most amazing thing. And I wear my two hats well. I've been a nurse almost 50, 55 years. I've been a financial advisor 20, 25. I've always been into legacy planning, but I've also been into understanding and knowing stocks. That's probably going to be our next video. But when I see a family so phenomenally balanced, hedge fund gentleman, that he did really well in the right stocks and they're into philanthropy, but they teamed with Sutter and Santa Clara University, and they're donating 177 million to build a medical school. Think of that. Think of the dripping for generations of education possibilities, the wealth of students, the wealth of families being able to save their loved ones, doctors going through the university and or the medical school and actually learning so much. So if we all could learn to create our own legacy, we don't have to each start a medical school. But let this video be a lesson that resuscitation is essential. Whether we have to go to the OR or not, resuscitation is essential. So we're going to resuscitate a baby today, then we're going to resuscitate your life. Yesterday, I saw two doctors. They just become doctors. They called their parents and they paid off what, 350 in debt between the two of them. So however you resuscitate your life, whatever you vividly imagine and truly believe will come to pass. And with that, Napoleon Hill and Think and Grow Rich. I hope you have a phenomenal night. And yeah, be well, and I'll be back soon. Have a good day.